Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. I want to show you this 2RW video in making a vegetarian fried rice, which takes less than 7 minutes in real time. For those of you new to cooking, making fried rice will help you to learn some basic cooking techniques that you can apply to other dishes later on. When I learned to cook as a kid, the very first dish that I learned to make is fried rice, because this is hard to screw up in a fried rice. Maybe you could, because I did. Fried rice is also a great take-along dish to parties and potlucks. In fact, I make this fried rice dish to take it to a friend, and that's why it is put in a plastic container. I saute 1 tablespoon of garlic in 1 tablespoon of canola oil. Then I add 3 cups of long grain rice that has been kept in the refrigerator for a few days. The cold temperature dries out the rice, perfect for making fried rice. However, it also makes breaking up the rice challenging. Okay, this is a hamburger meat chopper for breaking up hamburger's meat in a skillet normally. However, it works very well here to break up the cold rice. I used to use the wok spatula and make a huge mess and spill all over the place. Fried egg is a standard ingredient of fried rice. Most people fry them separately and add them back to the rice. Here I show you how to fry a couple of eggs directly with the rice. This is a cool method because this is really efficient and saves at least 5 minutes this way. It also makes the rice taste better. If you are a vegan and do not eat eggs, you can skip this step. If you would like to have more protein from this vegetarian dish, you can add more eggs. After all, you are the cook. You can make all kinds of adjustments to suit your needs with this dish. In my 2RW videos, my goal is to make you into a flexible and intuitive cook without following recipe strictly. Okay, here's the question for you. When should you break up the egg and mix them into the rice? Honestly, I don't know. I usually let the egg fry for about 45 seconds before breaking it up. I could have broken it up earlier to save time, but I never did. Maybe I should try that next time. To me, cooking is a constant experimentation, and you can play scientist in your kitchen. One thing about my approach to cooking is to make use of everything I could without wasting anything. Here I save the broccoli stem and chop them up to add to the fried rice. I came up with this idea on my own to save the broccoli stem. I was not sure how they would turn out in the beginning, but it turned out really well, adding wonderful flavor to the fried rice that I was not expected. Fried rice is a good dish to learn recipe-free cooking because you can make limitless modifications using whatever ingredients that you have on hand, creating new dishes entirely based on your imagination. I next start season the fried rice. I start with 1 teaspoon of garam masala, 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, 1 teaspoon of curry powder, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1/4 teaspoon of garlic salt. I came up with this seasoning mix based loosely on a chicken curry recipe that my son made recently. To make his curry, we went out and bought some of the spices. I always love curry, and I decided to use some of the seasonings to make this fried rice. Fried rice is a great dish for beginner cooks because it has a large margin of error. You can try different ingredients, different seasoning mix, and you most likely will come up with an acceptable dish. However, once in a while, you might come up with an exceptional dish that you are going to love. Okay, let me tell you my mistakes in making fried rice as a cautionary tale. I once was in a hurry to make a fried rice dish to take to a potluck. I cooked some rice and used it directly to make fried rice. The rice was too wet and stick to the wok, and the dish failed. So never make fried rice using freshly cooked rice. Leave it in the fridge at least overnight. Next, I add shredded carrot to give both color and flavor to the rice. I always have some shredded carrot in my refrigerator to add to different dishes as garnish. You will see me using shredded carrot in many of my dishes. I prep my vegetables once a week, usually on the weekends. Prepping is essential to cooking efficiency, experimentation, and creativity. Prepping in advance facilitates home cooking and discourage eating out. Why eat out if you could cook a meal in less than 15 minutes from scratch? Cooking is a complex process, but ultimately it's about taste and flavor. And the last step is to adjust the flavor of the dish. Here comes the fusion approach. I'm adding soy sauce and oyster sauce in the mix with the Indian spices. Why not? How much soy sauce and oyster sauce that I add is not important because I'm teaching you how to cook based on principles rather than on recipes. In order to enjoy cooking, you need to take on this exploratory and fearless mindset. Cooking fried rice is a great place to practice recipe-free cooking because you have so much different way to explore and experiment with ingredients as well as the seasonings. Finally, I add a good dose of paprika to round up the dish. You will have a lot of fun in making this fried rice dish, and I think it will be worth your time to get it right the way you want it. To dress the dish up for my friends, I garnish it with some fresh scallions and a few drizzle of oyster sauce. It is ready to party. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you would like to receive notification of my latest postings.